Hello, morning. Don't even know what the date is, to be honest, but we are sitting in a car park at Caves Beach, about 10 minutes from the campground. We're gonna go and check out some caves. Apparently we might have missed low tide, so we're just gonna go for a bit of a walk. But the plan today is we're gonna do a couple little touristy things because we're not sure if we'll ever get back down this way in a hurry. Then we're gonna shoot into Newcastle. We're catching up with Maddie Johns. Joking. We're going to go into Newcastle and check out Newey, and then what else we got planned for today? It's pretty much it, eh? Do some touristy stuff, and then I'm back to the camp tonight. As you've seen yesterday, I've got a really cool camp. Try and get dinner on a bit early. We've got the grill cranking tonight. Have some steak and roasted veg, and then we'll sit outside and have that tonight over. We've got a nice bottle of red. We had an early night last. Well, I did. Had an early night last night. A couple of big days driving. Not really one, to be fair. And then yeah, we've got to work a plan out to get the way home before. We want to try and get home by Tuesday next week. Give us a week before we start back at work. So we'll map that out today too. But yeah, pretty good night. First night here at Belmont. Alright, we've made it down to Caves Beach. Even though the weather's a bit gloomy, it's actually quite warm today. I know I've said that a lot. But this beach, what we're going to explore, is famous for caves. Nothing in that one. Nothing in that cave. There's no way this big body's getting in that. Alright, be careful, it might be slippery up here. There's some caves over there to explore. Here's the big one we've been told about. Beautiful time to come down. Careful coming down here. Beautiful. So local legend has it that at night time, nah, I won't do that. Never heard of local legends. Pretty cool though. It's got a little bit of the New Brighton Beach and Christchurch feel, but way bigger. Someone's gone under there. There's no way. I've seen rocks in there, I've seen me. But yeah, how cool. There's a few back. We've probably got an hour before the tide comes in. Walk through this way. Pardon? Bit of geology chat here. These rocks were formed back in the 1960s, I think, through the hippie movement. That young family apologised because they thought they ruined my video walking through it. So in classic J-Bone response, I said, don't worry, I ruined it about 3 days ago. It's pretty cool.
I think it's like the water drips from. Can I taste it?
Yeah, if you want to die. Look at this, quite wet though, look.
Alright, so you can see it's pretty rough seas out there. Low tide was at 8 and it's about 10 o'clock now, so tide hasn't started to turn yet, but yeah, it's crazy to think, you know, okay, so what is it like here? Obviously you can't visit these caves during high tide because you'd be swimming. Yeah.
Here we are on the break wall. It's a bit like the spit at home. Coming into this is what, Blacksmith's Beach. Yeah, good fish carcasses are around the walk up here, so you know, we're about to head into Newey. We thought we'd just stop here and have a quick look and nosy because the receptionist at the caravan park's here to do it. So we've done it. Well, we made it to Newcastle, and we're up at the bogey hole. We were going to walk down and take some footage, but it's pretty rough, so we won't. We'll just take a photo from up here. But the sun's coming out, which is gorgeous. Alright, we're just leaving Newcastle. Oh, we're finished up in Newcastle, let me say they're not leaving. We went down and checked out Honeysuckle Drive, which is where the wharf was. That was pretty cool. Had a quick bite to eat. And then we went and checked out the blowhole, but it wasn't really blowing today. I forgot what it's called, man. Bug out? Nah, something like that. Anyway, we had a really nice morning. Actually, we went down to the caves, which was close to where we're camping, probably about 20 minutes, 15 minutes, so that was really fun. Got on a good tide, so the tide was out, so we'll share some of that footage, which was nice. And then, yeah, this afternoon we're going to head back and start planning our journey home, but we've noticed that it's definitely a lot warmer up here, so even though it's a bit gloomy, it's a lot warmer, which is nice to be in the warm weather. Anyway, Tracy, we've struggled to find a decent coffee shop in Newcastle, and I say that someone who's watching this from Newcastle will be like, nah, there's plenty. There probably is. What I meant was there's probably something with easy access, but we found it really hard to stop and pull over and grab coffee or parking. But yeah, poor old Newcastle, it looks like it's a little bit depleted at the moment. A lot of for lease signs on buildings. Plenty of tagging and graffitiing. So hopefully it bounces back. But yeah, sweet little city, nice little port. We've seen a big boat in. And then yeah, it just seems quiet for what I'd consider a city. Oh, what a beautiful evening to come back to and have a couple of beers before we start dinner. We had a pretty good morning this morning. We popped out and seen the caves and a bit on the beach. Popped into Newcastle, had some lunch and checked out the surrounds, and then we just popped back and we're moving on tomorrow. So we've been here for 2 nights. We just thought we'd let you know that the campground, we'd say, is a good 4 out of 5. And then the 2-night stop over here. Look, we didn't get to do a lot yesterday because we cut in quite late with the travel day, but today was fun. Definitely worth coming back. I think Lake Macquarie, the park, would be amazing. I think next time I'd definitely bring some fishing gear.
Yeah.
But I'd say at least 3.5 out of 5 for the Lake Macquarie and Newcastle area.